What is up, guys? Johnny Cooper64 here with another YouTube video. And could Crash Nitro Kart story be added to Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled and Shielded? Now, it's been almost 6 months since the release of Nitro-Fueled, which included the Crash Team Racing story mode. People were getting excited as months came closer to the game's release, as Beanox was releasing gameplay of Nitro Kart's tracks and characters from CNK. People were expecting them to announce a CNK story mode, even if it seemed like it wasn't, but as the game released, CNK wasn't included. Which was not a surprise to me, as they said the CNK characters will be unlocked through the pit stop, which meant we won't have been able to unlock them in a Nitro Kart story if that were to come. Then they released the Grand Prix with new tracks and characters like the Nitro Squad, Baby T, Spyro, Nina, and much more to come for months till like the first anniversary of like the game's release. Which means they did get quite a budget from Activision on the game for supporting and making new content for a year. Plus they remade the whole CNK track, CNK tokens, relics, and everything. Only thing that's left to do is the hub world and cutscenes. But what begs? Why haven't they released a CNK story mode in Nitro-Fueled? The answer to that is soon. Why, may you be asking? Well, this is just a theory of mine, which is flawed, but hear me out in this discussion. I think Nitro Kart story mode will be added as a bonus to the game later on. There's a few reasons to support my claim. Now, Fake Velo is a playable character in Nitro Kart's GBA version and portrays as a threat to the protagonist of the CNK story, which makes him stand out more from his real version, which in my opinion was a bad twist. I didn't like him being tiny, but whatever. Anyways, in Nitro-Fueled, we already have duplicates of the protagonist, for example, Fake Crash, Baby Coco, and soon Baby Tropy and Baby Cortex. Fake Velo, let's call him Thanos Velo. Thanos Velo is obviously joining the roster. He was part of the data mine as well. But Johnny, why not include him in the game's release with the other CNK characters? Well, folks, that's because they're saving him up for his own Grand Prix. Now, I think the CNK story mode will be included in its own Grand Prix, which you can say perhaps it'll be the final Grand Prix of the game. I mean, you know, once you gotta go out with a bang, am I right? Because if there's no CNK story in Nitro-Fueled, there won't be one till decades from now when the franchise dies again and, you know, gets rebooted. The tracks are already in Nitro-Fueled, and I doubt they'll do the Mario way and include some tracks from CTR and CNK in a new racing game if they were to make it. That's why Nitro-Fueled was made for, you know, it has everything in one package. It has a compilation of both games and way more. But besides that, they have the budget for the cutscenes and the hub world. I mean, they release new cutscenes every month for Chicken Stew, along with introducing the characters for that Grand Prix specifically. But one can argue these cutscenes are less than a minute, while CNK's cutscenes are longer than CTR's, which is true. And they do have limited voice cast, as Debbie Derryberry has voiced Coco, Nina, and Pasadena, and possibly even Yaya Panda, which means they don't have enough money to hire more actors, which is probably expensive, I presume. But then again, Activision got a shitload of money from the Black Friday sales, as Nitro-Fueled is reported to have sold a lot that day, along with Reignited Trilogy and Insane Trilogy. Plus the microtransactions, maybe this will give them more budget to hire more voice actors and more extra cutscenes. But I do think the CNK story mode is why they're saving up Thanos Velo for a very long time. Otherwise they will have just had him when the game was released. What if they're including all of the Grand Prix characters for the cutscenes in CNK? That's what they're waiting till all the Grand Prix are out, so they can use them in this story mode. And by that I mean they'll change and expand CNK's story, like including all of the Grand Prix tracks in the story possibly, and have some antagonists like Nina be a boss battle in the Halloween track for the story in a hub world. Supposedly the data mine says there will be more Grand Prix till May/June, so let's say June is the final one. So counting the released and coming soon ones, it's 12, and every CTR and CNK has 4 tracks in a hub world, resulting in 3 extra hub worlds if they were to include all Grand Prix in an expanded story mode. Not bad actually, just 3 more. But pretty much everything will be the same as CNK story goes, but this is a stretch as it's longer than CTR's advertised story mode. And this will feel like a new game because of the new cutscenes, but they already have the tracks. But it will be a cool idea, since I will love to have the Grand Prix characters interact in these cutscenes like in CNK story mode, since we aren't able to have that with Nitro-Fueled's current mode. I mean, Activision does support Call of Duty by updating the game even after a year, which I guess story mode, expansion, and stuff is included. They should know by now that Crash is their second best-selling franchise now behind Call of Duty, and they need their full support with the game. They'll get their money back when they re-release the game with all the Grand Prix and possibly second story mode added, which I almost certainly think they will do after they stop updating the game's content as a Black Friday deal in 2020. But even if the Grand Prix stuff aren't included in story mode. I definitely think a C&K story mode alone will be in the game as a grand finale, as people have been wanting. And as far as I'm concerned, Beanox has actually took a lot of advice from the fans by giving them changeable stats for all characters, and including fan favorites like Nina and Embryo, and soon Yaya Panda, who is an obscure character from a Crash mobile game. There won't be any unlockable characters in C&K story besides probably Thanos Velo, because you know, all the characters from that story mode are specifically unlockable in the pit stop. But besides that point, I am 70% sure the Nitro Kart story is going to come before the game's end cycle. It's only cutscenes and hub worlds that they have to do. They already got all the Nitro Kart tracks remade, easy money. Even if they make you pay for it as DLC, I will gladly do it. I'll pay for it, and it's a possibility that they'll go for this route, which will make sense. If they were, they will most likely charge you like at least $5 or $10 for the story mode, nothing more, nothing less. Plus, in story wise, Oxide leaves and mentions Velo's planet or something like that, hinting at a continuation, and Inferno Island has Nitrous Oxide's ship sunk in the ocean, so maybe that's like the final hint, you know. They gave that small reference for this Nitro Kart story to follow up with Oxide going to Thanos Velo and team up maybe. What do you guys think about this? Would you like a C&K story mode with a Grand Prix added, or just a normal story mode with a few changes? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.